Hello. What's up, everybody? Rasta, Brewer, Slim, Saladino, $10, Hubs. Hope you guys are doing well on this Friday the 13th. I just realized. Well, there we go. I don't know if, that means anything, but, well, you know, we'll have to deal with it, I guess. What's up, SCD? Good to see you. Yeah, what's up? What's up, everyone? End of the week. For most of you, that means weekend is here or approaching, which is nice. I hope you guys excited. What's up, Zulu? For me, it means day off tomorrow, which I'm very excited about as well. Probably gonna use that to watch a movie. I've been wanting to watch a movie for a while. I'm gonna watch a movie probably tomorrow. Play some Magic the Gathering after that. We'll see. Yeah. You guys had a better day than I did. I don't know yet. I don't know how bad your day was. I don't know how good my day is going to be. I woke up basically an hour ago, so who knows? But I hope your day gets better. There's still time for both of us to have a bad day or a better day. Yeah. Yesterday after the stream, I watched a whole bunch of Lords of the Fallen, and I'm pleasantly impressed. I will say, I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't look perfect or anything, but it looks pretty good. I like a lot of the innovations that they've implemented. Seems very nice. All right, let me click on that. Report my neighbor for vandalism. Listening to music at extremely high volumes. That's not great. Yeah, that always sucks. Like, disrespectful neighbors are never a good thing. Hopefully that report fixes it. Oh, that sucks. Well, hey, I mean, at least now you have, like, if the loud music, wasn't something they could objectively maybe, get him in trouble for, now you have, like, actual, have actual cause, which is probably gonna help. But yeah, that sucks. Also wasting food. What the hell? The brainy combat looks floaty. Interesting. I thought it. Well, I mean, obviously, it's one of those things, right? Brainy, you need to get your hands on it, right? Because, for instance, when you look at Dark Souls 2, combat looks fine when you look at it, and then you put your hands on it, and it's floaty as fuck, right? So, in this case, maybe it looks floaty, but then when you get your hands on it, it feels good, right? So, I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. It reminds me, a lot of the animations and movement remind me of Mortal Shell. With the way it feels, the impact, the weight. It also maybe depends on the character, people are playing. Maybe some of the lighter, more agility-based character feel a bit lighter. The one I was looking at was, heavy two-handed swords. Look pretty okay. Yeah. And I saw one boss which looks yeah, the boss looked really cool. It looked visually cool. The music was awesome. The move set was pretty clean. I liked it. Yeah, it felt honestly it felt pretty impressive, and I like some of the like lantern mechanics, and some of the like Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain inspired stuff looks pretty neat. I don't know. I'm pleasantly surprised. Honestly, as someone who really did not like the first one, and what was really not expecting anything. I was like, hell, this looks much better than I was expecting. So level design seems pretty alright, you know. So yeah, probably something I'll play in the future at some point, provided it holds up right over the course of the game. But yeah, what's up, Garrus? Um, yeah, we'll see. Didn't even get to sleep last night. Yeah, that sucks. Not sleeping is horrible. I finally was able to properly fix my sleep schedule. Hopefully, I'm gonna maintain. I think in a way, the day off sort of is the trap for me, because when I have a day off, I tend to like sort of stay up a bit later than I should, because I'm like, I can sleep, and then it sort of like throws me off. I'm gonna have to be very disciplined to actually wake up at the same time, even on my day off. I think that's something I need to try to do. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to not have days off anymore. I don't know. We'll see. It's just hard to go to bed these days because there's so much content I want to watch. Now that I've been, you know, bitten by the MTG bug again, I'm like, there's so much content to watch, and I like it so much. Like it I just want to stay up and do so much in a day if you have discipline. I mean, the problem is that for a schedule like mine, it doesn't change anything. What I can do when I wake up is something I can do before I go to bed. So I do the exact same amount of stuff regardless of when I go to bed. It's just, the problem for me is that the only hurdle is the stream having a set starting time, right? Which is what I need to be awake for. There's no incentive for me to, wake up at a normal time otherwise, because I'm never living on normal time anyway. So. Yeah, Garrus? Weird. What was up with that beer? Yeah, beer and sausages actually sounds pretty good. Hmm. Yeah, Hobbs. I think I should do something like that. Maybe have like a limit to how much later I can wake on a. Ideally, I would wake up at the same time just to maintain the schedule. That would be ideal. And it's not like, yeah, we'll see. I'll have to figure it out. Um, Infamous. Good to see. What is this? Getting emails constantly. Oh my. I hate that these days when you create an account or on a platform, you will literally get emails every day for the rest of that week. I also like, I'm unsubscribing from that fucking, you know, automatically, like it automatically puts you on a list, right? When you create an account, it automatically activates like the newsletter and whatnot. And so, you know, you go in your email and you go to unsubscribe as one does. Any changes you make here will take effect within 2-3 business days. That is bullshit. There's no reason why it does that, except they still want to send you mails for 3 days, right? I'm pretty sure I'm going to get an email every day for the next 3 days. Just because they can get away with that shit. That's why I'm adding them to my banned list on my email as well. But just out of the principle of it is annoying. Yeah, why would it take 2-3 days? Like, do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I believe that someone is manually removing my email during their work day, you know? So it takes like 3 days to get through the fucking lists? Why would it take 3 days? Pretty sure the 2-3 days thing is illegal in some countries. Oh yeah, no, probably. But they're probably in a country where it doesn't matter, right? That's the beauty of the internet, right? You can just have your fucking company established in a fucking, you know, like middle of nowhere country. You don't even care about it. You don't even have an office there. But it's just so you can get around that shit, you know? I used to have a job manually removing people from mailing lists. Yeah, big boss. Yeah. What's up, JC? 19.5 francs beer? What the hell? Dude, for 20 bucks, that beer better come with some, like, very special bonuses. All right, let me send us on the... Yeah, Rasta, thank you. You're the one taking care of that list right there, huh? Hmm. I also have no idea how the actual game capture works and why it only captures after the end of the videos. Again, that's something that's completely alien to me. I'm assuming it's a hook thing, like the way it hooks the application needs to wait for the engine to sort of... I don't know. A bit loud on my end. I was listening to that music really loud. Much better. Yeah, I know, Brewer. Yesterday it hooked it earlier, so which is why I'm confused. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Infamous. That's interesting. We were talking about it earlier. I think the game looks a lot better than most Souls-likes that I've seen so far, so... I'm assuming, like every fucking Steam review page, it's mostly people being mad because their new graphics card doesn't make it run as well as they hope. Like, Steam reviews are so performance-oriented, they're literally useless for most people. Because performance, for the most part, is dependent on what kind of hardware you have and how well you set up your machine. And occasionally, because the game has bad performance in itself, which tends to be, you know, every game these days, and then it gets fixed and whatever. But, like, yeah, it's just... It literally makes reviews useless, so... Yeah. The game engine needs to reach 42 degrees. Yeah, I don't know. I think that fascination people have for performance and hardware is honestly extremely weird. It's like, you know, I don't know. It gives me a very strong tech bro vibe. Like I'm gonna like Elon Musk's last tweet, and then I'm gonna go put a negative review because the game runs at, you know, 80 FPS rather than 144. And I will be mad about it, right? I don't know. Not something that I have any interest in, honestly. It's just, you know, that sort of PC master race sort of vibe, which should have stayed in the early 2010s where it was born, you know. It's even worse than the fucking console wars from the 90s, like, you know, young dudes who put their entire sense of self-worth in their new graphics card and can't deal with the fact that it's not running flawlessly all the time. Oh well. Epic boss. That's one argument for sure. Yeah, I mean, what I've seen so far, Garrus, the performance was a little wonky. It was early access though, so I don't know. Day 1 patch is coming. I know, like, the devs have mentioned that they were looking at some other performance issues. So, you know. But, you know, it seemed to be running fine. I mean, I was watching a stream, it didn't prevent anyone from having fun, so... Well, that's a little extreme, Garrus. You sound like one of those tech bros I was mentioning 5 minutes ago. Yeah, CD, I mean, you know, easier said than done, unfortunately. Time constraints, budget constraints, engine constraints, whatever. I don't know. I've heard the game has performance issues on Xbox apparently, and like because of the way the Xbox ecosystem supplies patches. Apparently the patch is delayed for that platform as well, which is unfortunate. I hear it runs fine on PS5. But, yeah. I don't know. Yet another reason not to pre-order games and wait for games to be out before playing them. If you can... You know, if you're not a streamer who needs to play on day 1, even wait a week or 2, you know, wait a month, wait a few months if you need, until patches are out and they fix shit, and then you get a decent game that runs, right? or you can keep pre-ordering, and that sort of stuff is gonna keep happening to you specifically. And the industry is gonna keep working this way because they don't have to care, since they're pre-selling enough. Well, to be fair, Garrus, games were also extremely more simple. And it was a very different world altogether. But yes, that is true. But I think a big factor is also that these days consoles are just boxed PCs, right? There's just like cheaper boxed PCs for the most part, right? Everything runs pretty much the same. It's, you know. Sure, but again, different worlds. I don't think you can compare, you know, something that was done 25 years ago and the way the industry works now. It doesn't make sense. But I will say this. I hear a lot more complaints about all those things than I'm actually encountering myself as a player. I will say that. I am almost more annoyed by people talking about those issues than I am confronting those issues myself. So, I don't know. What's up, Mopo? And a big part of that is because, you know, I'm not pre-ordering and jumping on every new game on second one that it releases. I'm patient, I wait, I don't have unrealistic expectations, I don't know. I just happen to, I guess, avoid a lot of the trash because, I don't know, I'm a bit more selective in my approach, I guess. And I'm not excusing anything, right? Yes, games should come out in a better state. But I'm also saying there's something gamers can do to help with that. Instead of feeding into the machine more and more. Yeah, that's true, SCD. It feels like in general the, you know, tech is slowing down in terms of, you know, engines lifetime lasts a lot longer. Back in the day, every 2 years you'd get a new game on a new engine that just, you know, required a whole new system. Nowadays, like most games run on Unreal or Unity. I'm exaggerating, right? But it does help that sort of there's like a foundation across the industry, right? That sort of harmonizes everything. Yeah, Mopo, me neither. Yeah. But that's also, like, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, so to speak, because I wait to see what, you know, in which state the game release, right? And then I'm like, oh, this game seems to be broken on release, well, I'm not touching it for now. So I'm not experiencing the bad of it, right? And one of these days I'll be playing Cyberpunk and it will run just fine, right? For instance, just to pick an example. So... And that doesn't justify the state in which it came out, again, but... there is a world where everyone just waits and feels more patient. And then suddenly those companies are like, oh, we're not selling games on release anymore because we're putting out pieces of shit, unfinished products. Maybe we should wait a few years and finish the game before releasing it. Oh, miracle, then everyone gets new, you know, proper games on release again. Strange how that works. Why invest time and effort beta testing your game when early adopters will do it just for free? Exactly. Yeah. The Lords of the Fallen early access people, like mostly streamers, right, who got the game in early access, have access to their like dev Discord, and they have a channel where they can exchange, you know, like reports of issues and whatnot they're encountering. Which in theory sounds great. In practice, it's just like, shouldn't we have done that before the game releases? Like 4 months ago? Before it went gold, even? Shouldn't that have been a thing? And maybe it was, right? Maybe it was. What do I know? But that's the issue, right? Especially with PC. There's so many different configurations out there. It's hard to know exactly how it's gonna work, right? You need to have a widespread release to get enough data to fix some of those things, and you can't really simulate that, right? You can't really do that in a small controlled environment. So obviously there's always going to be more issues with PC. It is just the way it is. It has always been the case, and it will continue to be the case. It used to be less of a problem back in the day because games were more simple, right? There was less points of there were less potential points where the things could break, right? So, yeah. But even then, like, I mean, a part of me feels like these days it's just that communication travels better. So when there's issues, everyone hears about it. Back in the day, when you had issues with your computer, who were you gonna tell? Your friends, and that's it, right? It's not like everyone in the 90s could go on the internet to complain about, oh, this game runs poorly. No, you would take your 10 FPS like a man. And you were playing through that shit, because you paid for it. And it was fine. Exactly, Nasrallah, right? Played through Half-Life at 15 FPS, and it was the greatest experience of my life, okay? Because you had nowhere to complain. What were you gonna do? Like, you know, you didn't even realize it was an issue at the time. Now everyone, like, people, like, half of those people don't even play the fucking game. They watch the Digital Foundry fucking video and they're like, oh my god, there's an FPS drop during the fucking benchmark. I bought a $4,000 graphics card for nothing. Come on. Touch some grass, you know, go drink a beer with your friends or have a nice meal, you know. Stop being such a fucking nerd. Turbo nerds, I swear to God. Used to be sound card issue. That's true, actually. Holy shit, Rasta, you've brought back a ton of memories in my mind right now of sound card issues. Ah. Remember how complicated sound card compatibility options were back in the day? Oh my god, you know, you had to really make sure your sound card was able to support the game you were gonna play. and then you had you bought a new Sound Blaster card and you were fine. You knew it worked with everything, right? That was the gold standard. But if you didn't have a Sound Blaster, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, Sound Blaster 16. I remember that. Put a second mortgage on my house to buy a state-of-the-art graphics card, and I'm not dropping any of the frames or else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Good times, huh, Brewer? Yeah. What was that next series of card that came out? Odyssey? Was it? I think it was also a creative... what was the name of the company again? Creative something? Creative Technology? Was it? Creative Labs? Yeah, that sounds better. Creative Labs. Sounds familiar. Maybe it changed since then, but yeah. Yeah. I remember running a Sound Blaster of some kind. I don't know if it was an Odyssey or what. And then I got into like making music, right, at the early 2000s. So I switched to a M Audio... Oh man, I don't remember the name, but like a thing with a ton of plugs. You could, you could plug everything in there, your guitar, your fucking mics and everything you wanted. That was nice, like an external interface, with an inside card as well. It was a whole shebang. And then after that, internal sound card, you get a nice, if you get the right motherboard, your internal audio is just fine. And if not, you can get like an external DAC, and you don't have to care about anything. But yeah, most onboard audio is just fine these days. Like, as long as you get like a nice motherboard, it's just fine. If you're not like one of those extreme audiophiles, you're probably not gonna notice the difference. So. Yeah, Garrus. Well, that's the thing though. Like, there's always people are gonna disagree with that statement. I personally I feel the same as I feel with GPUs, so to speak, right? I'm like, as long as it runs decent, right? But like some people will go really hardcore about sound cards, just the way some of you nerds go about your GPUs and frame rates, right? And for good reason, right? But it's just that most people, there's not really people out there analyzing audio when new stuff releases and whatnot, right? Except like the extreme turbo nerds, audiophiles and whatnot. But it does make a difference. A lot of motherboards have various quality of audio conversion, and a lot of people will install like external sound cards, well, digital audio converters to, have better sound quality, which, is totally fair. Like it can be important, but like that's the thing. Most people don't even have like the audio set up to hear the difference, right? It literally wouldn't be distinguishable. Whereas something like frame rate, it's gonna, well, I mean, no, that's actually not true. It's sort of the same. My monitor is 60 FPS. I'm never gonna notice the difference above that. So, I guess it's true. In a way, it's similar. It's just that people invest in monitors more than they do invest in audio these days, because, I don't know, That's the hype thing to do, right? You want that high frame rate. Nobody gives a shit about high definition audio. I hear footsteps with the correct direction. That's enough for me. I focus on graphics. Yeah, but that's exactly what I mean, though. Some people will look at that and feel the exact opposite way, right? They're like, I'll play on low quality as long as it runs at 30. I don't give a shit. But I want that crisp audio, right? It needs to be perfect. Those mids need to, you know, really come through exactly right. Those bass shouldn't be muddy, you know. And those hides need to be bright but not shrill. It's sort of just a matter of preferences, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's always like I will be honest. It's always weird to me when everything I hear about when a new game comes out is performance. I'm so tired of it. Everyone's just like talking and screaming about performance. I don't give a shit about performance. How the game runs for most people has no indication on how it's gonna run for me. So that information is very, you know, it's sort of useless to me. The only thing I need to know is, okay, does it run well on PS5? If so, yes, I'll just get it on PS5. If not, is my computer capable of running it? And even then, you may match the requirements and then it still runs like shit because your computer's, I don't know. You have trash on your computer, you have other applications running, you have other stuff running, you know, every fucking platform, even at equal hardware, is gonna run differently. And more than anything, just how's the fucking game? Because that matters. That's gonna be the thing that down the line is still gonna be there. Performance is gonna change. Computers are gonna get better. Patches are gonna happen. But how's the game? Does the game have like some form of artistic merit at all? Or not? But no, it's all about performance, performance, performance. Jesus. If I could remove one channel from YouTube at the click of my fingers, Digital Foundry, right now. I swear to God, you remove that, half of the internet doesn't complain about performance anymore. Because again, most of those nerds haven't even played the game. It's just people looking at those videos and screaming in the void. It's annoying. It is, Nasrallah. Yeah, exactly, Mopo. Get the game, try it. If it doesn't work, refund. There you go. Sure, Garrus. If it worked that way, that'd be great. For you it does, yeah. There's a chance you're an exception. No, and I mean, that's a fair... I know you're saying it sarcastically, Big Boss, but that's a fair point. We talked the other day about how do we review games objectively, right? That's how. Performance. There's nothing else to be reviewed objectively outside of that. There's literally nothing else. Everything else is subjective. Performance isn't. It's numbers. In fact, that whole scientific ranking that NAS has should have been purely ranked based on performance. No, obviously I'm being provocative. I understand the benefits of a channel like Digital Foundry. I'm just upset that a lot of people don't even, you know, care about the games anymore. Digital Foundry puts out a video, every major website publication for games mentions the, oh my god, performance is bad, and then, you know, like it becomes such a silly snowball effect on Reddit and then on fucking Twitch, and it's just so annoying. It's so annoying. If there's a loud enough outcry, they will know they won't get away with just a yellow background apology text. They do, though. That's the thing. Because people still pre-ordered, so they do get away with it. Oh yeah, for sure, Mopo. I think it's definitely, you know. Let's be honest. The vast majority of people probably don't pay much attention to their performance. I'm sure a lot of people that aren't turbo nerds like us don't even notice it. They just like, it's a frame rate drops. What is that? What does that even mean? They just play the game. They don't care. Like, you know. Just by virtue of being on Twitch, we're already like a very small subset of people that have an approach to video game that is not representative of the mainstream, right? Just by virtue of us being on Twitch. It's already a filter. Giving review copies without the nouveau and then adding it on release and fucking up the performance. Yeah, I've heard that this was a big issue. I don't know exactly how it works, right? The nouveau stuff hindering performance. Like, how does it, you know, like how does it impact performance? Like, technically speaking, I don't know. I'm not aware of what exactly is happening on that technical front, right? But I hear it's an issue. What's up, Sam? We're a superior gamer race? I'm not sure. That's the thing. I'm not sure. I think we're a bunch of crybabies. And I think the vast majority of people who don't give a shit about those details are probably much happier. They probably still enjoy video games. It's a badger. We need NAS to do some science on it. Exactly. Yeah. NAS is the hope we deserve and need in the gaming industry right now. As soon as he gets the patent on his formula, and you know, the mainstream industry gets their hands on it, it's gonna get better. Ignorance is certainly bliss, for sure. I mean, I remember how that feels. Right? I remember being a young kid and just getting a new game and playing it on the computer that I had at the time, and not, you know, I didn't care as long as it ran. You know, I remember like the very late cycles of before I got a new computer when like games really started chugging, and I was like, oh, this is, you know, this is not ideal, but I would still play them. But I'm sure like even when it ran well, it was probably like 20 FPS, and I was just okay with it, right? Because you didn't know better. That's the majority of people still today. Right? They just don't care. They're not here looking at fucking Steam reviews and Digital Foundry videos and repeating the shit they hear on Reddit, right? They don't even know what Reddit is, most people. Or they've heard of it vaguely, right, in the news or something. Old TVs only did 30 FPS anyway? I don't think that's true. Weren't NTSC TVs 60 Hertz? And PAL was like 50? I'm talking CRTs in the US? I'm pretty sure that was NTSC though, wasn't it? So that should be 60 Hertz. I mean, that's old time memory stuff for me. So maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I remember at least. Because I remember it being a big thing for games. I mentioned that the other day, but like Tekken, right? We played Tekken with the NTSC version because it ran at 60 rather than 50. Which was not just frame rate at the time, it was the actual speed of the game. The game ran faster. And so we would train on the NTSC version and then go do the tournaments, the local tournaments that ran on the European version. That was only at 50. So we would, you know, everything felt slower to us. We would get a little advantage there. But I could be, you know, I could be misremembering, but... Nasrallah for Nobel in economics of video game value. Like the 144 FPS standard today. I probably never played a game at that frame rate in my life. I have an older monitor that runs at 120, but I've locked it at 60 because I never play on it anymore. I used to play League of Legends on that one. My new monitor, the newer monitor that I bought is a 60 locked. I don't care, honestly. If it runs at 60, I'm just... It's one of those things, like, to me it's the same thing between 30 and 60. If I look at, you know, if I'm actually focusing on it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is 30, this is 60. If I'm seeing side to side, obviously the difference is very obvious. But if I'm playing a game at 30, that is stable, right? A perfect stable 30. Say, Red Dead Redemption 2 was pretty much in that category, I would say. After 15 minutes or so, I don't even notice it anymore. My brain just doesn't, you know, like, my brain compensates. It's just like, yeah, that's what we're gonna play. You get immersed and then you forget about the frame rate. Like, it doesn't, you know, not on your brain anymore unless you like focus on it and try to, you know, look at the fine details intentionally. As long as, you know, it doesn't, as long as you don't see like a side to side, as long as you don't think about it, you tend to just be fine with it, especially if it's very stable. But yeah, obviously, you know, obviously it's better at, I would always rather play at 60 if I can choose, right? Because it's smoother. And I'm sure it's the same difference between 60 and 144, right? Play at 60, you're used to it, you're just fine. And then if you start noticing the difference with 144, you would probably feel the same way as we feel between 30 and 60, right? And likewise for above. It's all a matter of I think in a way it's like kind of like resolutions. Back in the day, high resolution was what, like 640 by 480, right? That was high resolution. And then 720p was a thing, and you were like, oh man, that looks very good. And now you look at 720p and you're like, oh Jesus, how did we ever think that looked good, right? Because you get used to newer stuff. But then if you start just playing a game in 720 for a few hours and you don't look at a comparison and you don't really think about it, your brain just sort of makes up the difference, so to speak, right? Your brain sort of accepts the new reality. Our brains are very good with that, right? They're very good at adjusting and filtering the noise, so we're not like constantly conscious about the jank and the difference, right? $30 to $60 is a huge jump. $60 to $144 is not as big. It is technically bigger. Like objectively and technically bigger. Maybe it feels less noticeable because we're used to 60 being the standard for so long. I don't know if we're gonna feel that way in a decade, right? When 144 maybe becomes the new base standard that everyone tries to aim for. Maybe we'll feel different at that point. But like, mathematically speaking, it's a bigger difference, right? Do you run PS5 and PC on the same monitor? Yes. 256 colors, baby, yes. Was it, what was it? 256, then you jumped to like 16 bits colors, right? That was the thing at the time. You had games like that were in 256 and then you could switch to 16 bits. That was like one of the first big jumps that you could do. Which was like, what was it, like 64,000 colors or whatever? I don't remember. I don't remember exactly the numbers, but yeah. 65,516. Love it. 536. Cool. Yeah, that brings back memories, seeing those numbers for sure. And I still remember when like 32 bits colors became a thing. Oh boy. I still remember like magazines talking about, what was that game again? There was a game that came out. I don't think it was a big game or anything. Like it was just a fucking unknown game that came out. I remember there was a gravedigger in the game. It was very dark. It was, you know, a very like goth ambience sort of vibe, bit of a Western ambience too. And I remember that game was one of the first game that had like 32 bits colors back in the 90s. And man, that was I remember it being a big thing, and that like that in that magazine I was reading, they were talking about it like, oh my god, it looks so fucking amazing. Your graphics card can do 32 bits colors, you know. You wanted that new TNT Riva whatever graphics card, 32 bits. What's up, X? I don't think that's actually true, X. I think that's just I don't know. It sounds like an internet rumor. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a scientist or an eye biologist or whatever. I don't think our eyes see in frames per second. I don't think that's how it works. But hey, maybe we're in a simulation and all of that has actual like scientific, you know, meaning. But yeah, Garrus, I mean, it's still one of the greatest video games of all time. And that's exactly the point I was trying to make earlier, right? When I played Bloodborne the first time, I never thought about the FPS. Like, it literally never... Well, maybe, you know, a few times you're like, oh, geez, that was a bit of a slowdown there. But, then you forget about it and you just, you know... You just focus on the game and... Well, I don't know if I can agree with that statement as phrased, Garrus. Because I think it's not a matter of deserving it. It's a matter of... At the time, they couldn't do anything different. Or they had to cut down on the performance, right? Or on the, like, visual fidelity, right? So there's no winning. It's a hardware limitation. So what do you do? I'd rather have the game, right? I think if we're talking about deserving, I'd rather have the game. What's up, Brendan? No, we're playing Prey today. We're doing a normal stream. I did some diving in an academic article, and it seems the max FPS a human eye have seen is around 255. I'm still confused about why we're measuring vision, biological vision with frame rates. I don't think that's how it works. But again, I haven't read those articles. Is the test... Well, I don't know. But yeah, thank you for the raid, Brandon. Appreciate it. Okay, let me click on that. I hate clicking on shit while I'm streaming. I'll click on it. Gap detection time. What does that have to do with frame rates? This is... Isn't that like... So I don't know if you did it intentionally, but you linked me to like a very specific... Oh, that's the article. It's a long read. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm skimming through it. That is the case, yeah, Infamous. That's why That's why even the patches that fix it on PS4 create a lot of other issues. But that's a side effect of it, right? They knew they were developing the game at 30, so they tied the FPS to it. They could have, from the get-go, did it at 60, right? They could have done it at 60, but they knew the game wasn't going to run on that on the hardware at the time, so. Well, I mean, I think that's a little bit of a gap there, Garrus. I think that's a big step you're taking in a, in a direction that I don't think that's exactly how it works. Because we're talking about entertainment, we're talking about stuff running on hardware that you have to purchase. Is it consumer friendly to say, hey, Bloodborne's coming out, but you're going to need a new console to play on it, right? It's going to be a PS Pro exclusive only. And the PS Pro is coming out next year, so you just have to wait, I guess, right? Would that be consumer friendly? Yeah. Yeah, Brandon, that's what we were talking about, actually. I think people are, a bit too concerned about performance and not enough about artistic merit. But that's what that's nerds for you, right? We're all nerds. We have our little, we all have our little issues. Visual measurement. I'm still waiting, X, by the way, for you to explain the 255 FPS thing, because I'm not seeing anything related to that. I'm reading, but oh, you've seen a Reddit thread on the topic. Oh, so we're not actually talking about anything. Okay. Was it in a gaming related subreddit? Did someone make a gigantic post to try and, Nope. Ask Science. Cool. Yeah, link it. Thank you. Oh, okay. Fighter pilots have been recorded spotting 1/255th of a frame. This is very different than saying we can see at 255 frame per second. They were able to spot 1 frame out of 255, right? And they were able to say, oh, that's what was on that frame out of the 255 you were shown. I was shown, right? It's the speed of like being able to identify, oh yeah, I noticed what happened there. It doesn't mean we see at 255 FPS. Our eyes just see, right? There's no frame rate. But some people, including those pilots that were studied there, were able to identify that short of an image, right? 1 out of 255 per second. No, technically you don't see a certain frame rate. They were able to see 1 frame out of 255. Like you see, okay, someone, let's assume you play a video in front of someone that shows them 250 frames in 1 second. And one of those frames has a different picture on it, right, than the other 244. most people probably wouldn't even be able to recognize what happened, right? It's a flicker. Some people, including the pilots that were part of that experiment, were able to say, oh, that was a rabbit, right? Which is like, oh shit, you're perception, like very good speed of like perception, right? So to speak. But it has, it doesn't mean that we see at a certain frame rate. I think that's a big, difference in understanding what's being tested here. The flickering image in the prey menu is maybe, I don't know. Pretty sure it's only running at 60, so it can be more than 1 out of 60, right? Or less, rather. But yeah, anyway, not a scientist, just what I gathered from reading that article. Well, that post you linked. Adrenaline improves your ability to recognize frames? Yeah, interesting. I'm assuming, stimulation of the nervous system accelerates processes with the brain and, nerves and whatnot. It makes sense, I think. Right? Have you seen a CRT monitor recorded at extremely high frame rates, just a single dot that emits light at any point in time? I haven't seen that, no. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, $10. I like that explanation. It's like, if you take a blinking light, right, X, and you accelerate the blinking faster and faster and faster, at which point your brain stops seeing a blinking and just sees a light, right? It's probably going to be different for different people, right? Because, I don't know, like, the way our brains work, the perception differences between our eyes, the nervous system. But it doesn't mean that our eyes, are functioning in the way a monitor functions, right? Although I guess, outside of the difference in technicality, is it like fundamentally different? Like, if you can't notice the flickering anymore, does that mean that's just a limit of the perception? And I guess so, yeah. That's really interesting, Rasta. Animals don't perceive CRT monitors as emitting images? Is that an actual thing? Huh. The study, if I remember correctly, was they attached an LED to someone's arm, and when you looked at it normally, it was just a blur of red. But in the blur of red, there was a number of, that repeated itself. Then they had that person bungee jump and try to see the number, and people could do it. Wild. I mean, it's a thing, though. Like, we know that's a thing, right? Survival, instincts, adrenaline enhances perception. you know? It makes us more just reactive and whatnot. I guess that, you know, like logically it makes sense. Now the actual principles and scientific biological systems behind that is fascinating. But dogs just saw a flickering screen, for instance. Oh, like when you try to film, you know, like how it looks when you film a CRT monitor with a camera. Is that what they see? The fuck are my humans doing watching this boring shit? Some dog 1996. Dude, they must, like, if they could, like, actually have a human thought process like that, imagine how weird it must have been for them. Seeing us be so absorbed, looking at those flickering images with nothing on it. It's sort of like dystopian, right? I'm just seeing, like, people sitting on a couch with, like, a flickering screen in front of them, just looking at that, like, fascinated, laughing occasionally. It's very creepy in the way I see it in my mind right now. That's what dogs saw back in the day. Jeez. Poor dogs. You think dogs are happier now? They can watch TV with the rest of us. Hey, maybe that's a solution for you, Naz. You should have an old CRT monitor. This way Velvet doesn't go after the screen all the time. Maybe there's a play there. Sounds worth it, yeah. Ask, who is it? Someone in your chat that's always, working on their, CRT setup. God, I'm blanking on the name. Cat Crasher? Was it? Yeah, maybe. Man, I'm really blanking on the name. I'm sorry. I haven't been around in a few. Colibri can watch Twitch live because they can only watch VODs in 2 times. But yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating thing, right? But yeah, interesting article nonetheless, X. I like it. But yeah, it's not, you know, like I think the right way to look at it is our eyes don't see in a particular frame rate, right? There's just a limit to our perception as humans. It's like the sound stuff, right? You can only hear frequencies above and below. Like, we can't hear frequencies below and above a certain range, which is different based on, well, biological factors, genetical factors, and how well you've taken care of your ears over the years, right? It doesn't mean that we only perceive we're not like a set of headphones, right? We don't have like a limit to our range that is established in our biology, like we're a machine, right? But depending on those factors, we have a limit that we can perceive. It doesn't, you know, but the frequencies still exist. We just can't perceive them. Our brains cannot, you know, perceive them. Yeah. Curious if we can increase the capability of sight. Well, apparently adrenaline helps with that, so I'm assuming different drugs may help, you know, like anything that stimulates nervous system potentially could increase capabilities to a certain extent. And then if, you know, if you're getting into like science fiction stuff or like future science stuff, right? Yeah, maybe with like sort of like brain implants and whatever you can do with maybe like optical nerves and whatnot. Maybe in the future there will be ways to change that, right? But you were getting into like transhumanism and whatnot, right? So obviously, I don't think we'll be alive to witness it, but maybe we'll be unlucky and we'll still be there when that starts becoming a thing. What's up, Jode? Magic mushrooms? Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I don't do drugs, so I don't know. Hey, we crossed the 50 hours bar on Prey. That's pretty good. Oh, shit. Damn it. Sorry, I need to restart the game. I forgot to activate my controller. There you go. I don't think Silksong was in danger. I know a lot of gaming media jumped on the fucking, headline. I don't think it was actually ever in danger. They've invested way too much. They have Microsoft backing them. They could have afforded those fees even if Unity didn't back down, right? They would have been just fine. There's no way at this point of development that they would literally move the thing to a whole new engine and platform. They would have eaten the fees and that would have been just fine. But a lot of gaming media just jumped on it like, oh my god, Silksong might be in danger. And then I looked into those articles and I was like, none of them mention anything about the actual dev. Like, the dev hasn't said anything. Microsoft didn't say anything. Nobody said anything. They were probably just like, huge loss of income? Some loss of income. Huge? I'm not sure. I mean, it's, again, it's a huge game. It will make a lot of money. I think the percentage for them is a lot smaller than it is for, like a little indie game that's just trying to make it. That sells at, $3 for a horror Unity game or whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't know about the details of exactly what the sort of contract was, right? Like the obligations and whatnot, but it would have been a loss for sure. I mean, there's no going around it, but I'm not sure it would have been that significant for something as big as Hollow Knight, right? It's not a small indie game at $15 that just suddenly becomes huge anymore, right? It's a huge fucking game now. Anyway, just saying, if you think we weren't getting Silksong because of that Unity change, you were just dooming very hard. And you need to stop reading Kotaku and whatever gaming media that just jumps on the first headline possible and for clicks, right? It's like, oh, well, yeah, we're gonna lose 50 cents on every copy. Let's just stop producing the game and throw millions down the drain. Yeah, whatever. You know, let's ignore the fact that we're still gonna make millions with the release of the game. That is just not, you know, we can't afford to lose those 50 cents per copies, right? Like, it's just not gonna work. We're only gonna make, you know, 19 millions instead of 20. God damn it. Let's just flush it down. And again, I'm, you know, obviously I'm caricaturing a little bit. Obviously it's a hit. It's very significant. Investors were not going to be happy, blah, blah, blah. It was still going to, you know. It's beyond the point where the game just gets flushed at this point. Hornets got into my stream room. I pulled out the vacuum cleaner and sucked them into the hose attachment. What investors? Microsoft's involved in Hollow Knight at this point. I'm pretty sure they have a stake in there. Again, none of us know the details. I'm just speculating. I don't think Microsoft is behind that game and trying to, you know, get like the exclusive news and everything about it without having some stake in it. They're just they're not just doing it for the, you know, kindness of their heart. Oh yeah, we'll make marketing for you. Just enjoy it. Talking about a mobile game? No, we're talking about Silksong. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, as far as I know, Credo, the whole thing stems from like a Game Pass deal, right? Basically ensuring that, you know, they get like Silksong exclusivity for Game Pass in terms of like subscriptions and whatnot. I'm not sure exactly, you know, what the nature of the deal is, but yeah, Microsoft has been basically most of the recent communication we've had in terms of like the game trailers and whatnot was during Microsoft shows because of the Game Pass deal, which, you know, is there's a fair assumption that they're a bit more financially involved than just you know, which is maybe why they can they were able to afford expanding on the game so much as they seem to have done in the past few years, right? Started pretty small and then it's getting bigger and bigger, and they're pushing the release because they have more ideas they want to implement and whatnot, and maybe they can afford it now. I mean, obviously the success of the first game is probably a factor as well, but Why would the deal not be in place anymore? They just announced a window and it failed to, you know, the development didn't finish, but why would the deal not be a thing anymore? Like, oh, we had a deal, we gave you money for, you know, like some Game Pass exclusivity, and then you don't deliver, so, oh, you're off the... Yeah, you know, it's fine. You don't have to deliver anymore. Enjoy the free money. I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me, but... I think they just shouldn't have announced the date. That's the just... marketing mistake, right? Yeah, we'll see. At the end of the day, what do we know? Nothing. Because it's not like there's a lot of communication and... Yeah, sure, but when there's no reason to... Well, anyway, I don't know. Unless, you know, specified differently, there's no reason to believe anything changed. Alright, so where were we? Oh yeah, we were in Abigail's room. And... we were gonna hack her computer. Prefers to ambush prey. Use psychokinetic action to throw objects. Stunted legs make it slow. Use a Typhon lure to help detect or wait for it to attack. What's up, Alucard? I wonder if I should upgrade my health. Wait, hold on. Conditioning increases your health to 115, your stamina to 105. Run, sneak, climb. Toughness increases your health to 150. Natural lifespan increased by 50 years. I love that this is just like a flavor thing. Like there's absolutely no gameplay reasons for that to be here, but it's still there. Unless... who knows? Maybe it's actually relevant. Who knows? Oh, that actually sounds great. Hold on. Why am I not upgrading this? This sounds awesome. I want to live an extra 50 to 75 years. At the, you know, at the pace I'm playing the game, we might need them, right? At the rate that I'm going, we might need that to just finish the game. Like, that's... I could, like, fully upgrade it. But I'm gonna keep some mods just in case. Hell yeah, now we live 50 years longer. Now I have to come to terms with the fact that I need to survive this shit for another 50 years. Yeah, I'm feeling the regret of that upgrade already. Jeez. Nice. You feel me, right? Hey, maybe I'll have a chance to becoming pretty good at MTG with an extra 50 years. Man, that poster is really fucking cool. I would have a poster like that on my wall. I think it looks awesome. It probably exists. Someone probably made that poster into reality. Oh yeah, Naz? Nice, nice. How does it feel? I watched a few games of some dude playing it. He made a video on it. I'm pretty sure it came from him in the first place. On YouTube, and man, I love the way it plays. Just stabilizing, taking a while to just like get stabilized, keeping the board under control, and then suddenly you just flood with like boosted tokens. It's beautiful. I love the way it just plays. With those little, like, those beautiful Sorin hits. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I looked at the Dimir one today as well. That looked really cool. I'm gonna have to make a decision at some point. But yeah, apparently I pulled 2 Ashioks, which I didn't realize in the packs that I got. So, you know, it's sort of tempting me to just use those, since it's a big part of that deck. So. Alright, let's hack this. Ding, ding, ding. I also think Naz, in an interesting way, I think it's a nice training deck, so to speak, because while still being controlled, there's a lot of board, like actual combat stuff that you have to do, which I think is sort of interesting to not completely disregard that part of the game, right? Controlling the board with units and yeah, I don't know, creatures. Oh shit. Oh, that, oh dude. Yeah. There's a lot of actual combat stuff with all the tokens you create. I think that's pretty good. It's definitely not your standard, no, you're not playing any card sort of control, but I don't know. I'll look into different options when I get to the point where I need to craft something. Okay, so that's the hidden treasure that we're looking for. And so far, the only hint that I found is the 6 on the wall. Okay, boltcaster ammunition. I think we've already had that one, but... Conversation archive from May 24th. The melodrama is real. Oh boy. Oh, we're gonna read that. Who are you? From Danielle to Abigail. I don't think this is a drill. Did you feel the vibration? Felt like a blast in the lower decks. Are you okay? I've heard some people were hurt. Please be there, please. Come find me. I tried calling Emma at the fitness center. Something seriously wrong there. Get out of crew and I'll come find you. A new file on your workstations. So I need to check the workstations of some of the people. And some got them in person. Oh man, that's gonna be a big... That treasure hunt is gonna be a big thing. I need to really think about this. I have the names of the people, so I can't find them, you know, technically speaking. With the bracelets. Or find their workstations. Such a nerd. Yeah, Abigail is one of us. That's for sure. Although, I don't know. She seems like the good kind of nerd. Not the kind of nerd that's like, oh my god, performance issues on my new video game. I'm just shooting on everyone tonight, I'm sorry. You guys are entitled to being upset if your new game doesn't run well. I don't, you know, I'm not saying your feelings are invalid. I'm just saying that personally, it's not my favorite part of the conversation about a new game, right? There. I'm back with PB&J. Nice, nice. Love to hear it. I've been a big fan of cream cheese this past week. Nice bread out of the oven, some cream cheese on it. Had been a while since I've, you know, enjoyed cream cheese and whatnot, and I enjoy it. My favorite part of video game discussion is the Outer Wilds bit. Yeah, that's a good game. Alright, let's hear it.
Danielle? Had a meeting with the great Alex Yu today. He gave me one of his bullshit I'm sorries with no resolution. Between him and Morgan, it's like a tradition. The Yu family's sorry.
Was it as insincere as a Danielle show apology?
No.
Danielle, I'm not saying working with him is easy, but...
Did you just compare me to him? To that arrogant sack of shit?
Danielle, this has to stop.
You're right. Get out. We're done.
Danielle!
I said get out.
Wow. That seems like an overreaction. Although she did kind of invalidate her feelings and you know, didn't really listen to what she was saying. So I'm assuming that's not just that, but it can, you know, it can be a little much sometimes. Wow. Solid pinball machines in the future. Nice, brewer. That's a good way to gain some weight, that's for sure. Calvino. Yeah, I'm with you, Brandon. Raspberry jam with PB&J is my favorite as well. I mean, raspberry jam in general is amazing. Bill, if you're injured or sick, you get a pass. Otherwise, 75 minutes of exercise per week minimum. Go to the gym 6272 in case you forgot. We've already been there. Yeah, I hear like the typical sort of American PB&J apparently uses grape, you know, jam, but it's not really a thing in Switzerland. I've never found grape jam in a store here. So yeah, I was never able to enjoy that combination. I always go for raspberry. Okay, what are we doing in here? Oh, wow. Huh. That's cool. And he's definitely got a really nice room for himself, huh? LG visor prototype.
Never. I have never removed a neuromod. And yet, today, I could not find my way to the hardware labs. I wandered the Arboretum for an hour. I made some excuse, but I know Miyu suspects. I cannot keep making toys for TranStar when... I told Alex what I want to try. He gave me a device to help. Parapsychological contraption. Morgan made it. Some of the components are beyond me.
Okay.
The same dream again. There is something wrong with this station. Something here with us, but I am hallucinating now. There is no question. I tried to open the locker, but I could not remember our anniversary. And for a moment, even her name escaped me. Her name! If one day I wake up and cannot even remember the work I am doing, I must give it all to Morgan. He will
Man's
know
losing
what
it.
to do with it.
He's losing it. I wonder if the anniversary
First
thing
test.
is...
Anterior electrodes overheated after 6 seconds. But I swear, there was a moment I saw her again. The day we met on the Costa Amalfi. Her lemon sundress. My Clorinda.
So I wonder if there's a thing with, you know, that anniversary mention. Like it's a date that maybe I can find. Earthside Clorinda. Huh. And there's the safe. Nice. I can hack it. I don't need the anniversary information. Wow. That's a next level puzzle there, game. Oh, hold on. How does that work? Is it a whole thing? Like it films this and then reproduces it? Can I affect this? Hold on. I don't think so. No, okay. I wanted to see if, you know, it could be, you know, affect the image. Is that a mosquito that I'm feeling down there? Show yourself. Show thyself, creature. I mean, it's only a month and a day, right? The year doesn't matter. There's 4 numbers. So yeah, it's either 05 to... What was it? 24th? Yeah. It's 2305 or 0523, which... I'm not even interested in trying that, I don't think. This is really cool. Oh. This is an insult to the player's intelligence. I'm gonna hack it just out of spite. Also, again, it's blowing my mind that hacking level 4 is actually easier. Like, hacking level 2 is by far the hardest. Everything else is easy as piss. Not on board with the hacking minigame in this game. Definitely not. Alright, well. Hey, Elisa, what's up? Bye. Habitation pods. This is a new thing. Yeah, I mean, or I don't think. Well, even without variety, just something more interesting. I always bring that example back, but Fallout 3 had no variety in the hacking minigame, and I think it's just, it feels good to do. Like, it feels like a nice minigame. I like it. It sounds good. It's interesting. It feels somewhat realistic, right? You actually felt like you were hacking something. Deus Ex Mankind Divided? Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind when I play it. Dr. Gallego's habitation pod. Okay, so it's somewhere in there. I crossed a lot of optional objectives by just going through that area. Find... Wait, Zachary and Elias? I found 2 maps? Oh. Oh, that's bad, because I remember 2 of them. One of them, only. Stab Fellow? What's the other map, though? Treasure map. Oh! Oh, I forgot about this one, yeah! I remember now. Yeah. B2. Okay, we'll have to look into that. I'm weirded out that I didn't find Danielle's... Is it somewhere in there? On her computer, maybe? Did I miss it? I did find her body. Is the witness in the pipeline? Yeah. At some point. Probably, yes. This is intriguing. Why do I not have her map? Absolutely. Package pickup. Enders. If your package arrived. Front desk. If I'm not here, the code is 5509 on the gate. I won't tell anyone if you don't. Oh, mosquito, there you are. Show thyself again. Fucker got arm. And the fingers, apparently. Yeah, that one's file. I don't know. At least give me a fucking like. At least give me a sickness with it, so I can. So there can be an end to this. To this mosquito assault, never-ending assault. You know. Woke up with more mosquito bites. That sucks. Sorry to hear. Yeah, they're particularly vicious this year. It's insane. I don't know what's happening, but... Well, that's a mess. Oh, Emma's body's up there. Nice. Who's that? Malia Fowles.
This is Fowles.
Officer Fowles. Malia, I have an important request. It's sensitive, though. I need to know I can trust you with a surveillance matter.
Yes, of course, sir. It's just that normally I can't do something like that without consent from Chief Elazar HR and another director.
Those people report to me, Malia.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I want you to keep an eye on Annalise Gallegos. Where she goes, the house she keeps, visitors.
I'll log everything on the security computer.
Good. Send me a report at the end of the week.
Yes, sir.
Knew about that. I love that music. She was the one who sang with Danielle during the show, right? Yeah.
Wanted to check in on you, Sky.
Just a neuromod hangover. I feel weird.
I can't believe you got modded for Alex's clown show at the Tulip.
Are you kidding? I've always wanted to play an instrument, but never had the time. It's like I can see the sheet music in my head. I feel like I've been doing this since I was 7. Besides, you are going to be on stage with me, right?
Only to catch you if you suddenly collapse. And only if you keep me from punching Alex if I drink too much.
I don't know. Is there a little something here after her and Abigail sort of fell out? Maybe there's a little something. Little something happening here. I don't know. Man, there's so many transcribes and in this area, like the whole crew quarters was fantastic from a story, like character perspective. It's awesome. It's a lot more I don't know, there's a lot of transcribes, there's a lot of characters talking, and it feels like the human side of this whole thing so far, which I very much enjoy. The whole game could have been this. You remove the, you remove all the alien threat and whatnot, and you just give me a deserted space station that I'm exploring to try to figure out what happened to everyone. Because I, like, wake up in somewhere abandoned, and then I look at all, like, those recordings and whatnot, and then you find out that, I don't know, everyone just left on, like, during a mass evacuation or something, and you just get to learn how it happened and all that. That would be a great game for me. No fighting, none of that, you know, bullshit. Some exploration and dialogue. I would love it. Just as much. Not saying this isn't great, but to me, that would have been enough.
You've got me really curious.
Are you ready for your instructions, my lady?
This better not get us into trouble. Not too much trouble, anyway.
First, you must journey to the tree where we carved our initials.
And what if I bump into Julian Howard?
Run like hell. Julian the ogre does not like people touching his trees or his fruit.
Probably be a lot less grumpy.
Anyway, beneath a stone you will find a magical key card. This key card will unlock everything your heart desires.
Oh, well, I don't need a key for that.
And don't worry about work. Michaela said you could take an extra shift since it's your birthday.
Okay. I feel like I may have found that key already, but I'm not sure. Let's see. A crew member named Lawrence Baxter left a gift for his lover, Ellie Gold, under rocks near a tree that he carved their initials into the arboretum. And find whatever it is in case it's useful. Tracking Ellie with a security station might lead me to the site. Cool. Gonna have to go back to the arboretum at some point. Have you played Riven? No. Yeah, this is neat. Galactic Conquistadors 9. Nice. Wait, have I... had a little moment of doubt with this. Iris Stein. Why is that one closed and... Mummy, I've been having bad dreams since you left Dr. Preston. Wait. I've been having bad dreams since you left. Dr. Preston said I should draw it. That would help them go away. I hope you like my picture. And come home soon. Love you, Corey. Oh, it looks like Corey had some prescient dreams right there. Granger's memoirs. Sorry. Excerpt from a journal written by Harley Gray. Yeah, got him. You piece of shit. Asshole. The mid-air grab. Love to see it. Grabbing those mosquitoes like I'm Armored King. I knew you would like that one, Brendan. It was just for you. And it's getting a bit warm. I wonder if I should open my window. I decided against opening it. Mosquitoes, but now I'm like, ugh, getting warm. Forecast for today. They announce rain all through. not gonna go down very much. Then tomorrow, oh, starting tomorrow, temperatures really take a dive, which I'm very happy about. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna open my window. Oh no, there's a second one? Barely got rid of the first and there's a second one already. Ah, oh, gee. Anyway, gonna open my window real quick. Oh, wow. What the hell? I seem to have caught a mosquito without realizing. What the hell? Did I get that? That was weird. Anyway, wash my hands. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna open the window, wash my hands, blah, blah, blah. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you for your patience. All right, so that's 2034, 29th of September. That was last year. I should still be down there playing. My guys need shoulders, just couldn't deliver. I couldn't deliver. I brought a lot of autographed gloves with me and passed them out like candy at Halloween. But it turns out a lot of these test tubers don't follow sports at all, much less know about my career, short as it was. What are the chances Mr. Yu could set me up with the neuromods I'd need to put me back in the game? Hell, he could buy a franchise and stock it with the greatest players that ever lived. If I got a neuro mod, would it be me playing? The league would never let modded players in, but how would they know? That's an interesting thought. Yeah, that's actually an interesting thought about the whole neuro mod situation, right? Is it really you if you're just using someone else's skills that transferred to you through the neuro mods? I like that thought. Character sheet. Where do you hide your treasure map? Here. I was expecting to find her treasure map in here. Is that a mosquito again? Come on. Gotta be kidding. I'm so annoyed right now. For multiple reasons. Mosquitoes being one of them. I was really expecting to find her map up there. Oh well. Okay. I could use the trackers to find.
Ready to scan.
Some people. Where was Emma again? Oh. Yeah, that's Emma. Okay, there's a mimic in there somewhere, I think. Based on the... Or is it just because that person's alive? Okay, that's because that person's there. Okay. I guess let's go to executives. Executives. Sorry, Don Davis. What the fuck? Wait, isn't that the place that I explored already? Hold on. There was that outside... And there was a dude like that. But we killed it already, if that's the case. Maybe it shows from this side, even though we killed it on the other side. That makes sense. Found a wedding ring. Nicole, always and forever. Kevin, what's up, Laura? Oh, hey, that's my room. That should be interesting. My own fucking room. Yeah, I'm hearing some. The guest suite. Oh, that's Argentino or whatever his name is. Oh, professional gamer. Look at that. Yeah, Argentino Pero. Man was complaining about this suite, sorry. Looks pretty good. Yeah, we've read that one already. About the concerns about, you know, the non-permanence of neuromods and that side effects of removing them. What the hell? Was he sick? Did he drink too much? And so he put that here so he could sit there and just, you know. That's the vibe that it's giving me. That's what I'm getting from this.
Scanning target, no type of material detected.
Alex, sweet. Nice. Fucking hell, I swear, they do it on purpose. They just charge... No. Whoever put the hacking on the same fucking key as deploying. I swear to God.
Eradicator Autotroid version 0.7.6 online. Checking for updates. Servers found.
We read that one, I think. Yeah.
Deploying.
Oh, Starbender 6, let's go.
Scanning target, no alien material detected. Debug build version 0.7.6. Verbose on.
Man, this is a nice little suite. I like it. We read that one already. Oh, hold on. Oh, come on. Game, please. I expected more. Yeah, immersion broken. Like I said, the more you play a game, the worse you realize it is. Every time. Never misses. The three sons of Bel-Kelar were melting into one another in the sky, twisted in their death throes as the dark star anomaly devoured them with disconcerting alacrity. That's a sentence. Trevor had managed to navigate the deadly debris, whirling around the anomaly and crash land Empress Tourmaline's Royal Raptor cruiser at the base of Mount Mool, the synthetic geopyramid which they were now surmounting. They stood panting beside a synth stone altar, its receptacle pulsing with crimson light. One minor detail I left out, Trevor, the Empress said between labored breath. We put this into the altar, and it devours the anomaly, taking us with it in the process. Trevor replied, a wink in his grim smile. How are you today, Goose? You knew the whole time? Trevor wrapped his finger around hers, both of them now holding the Starbender prism. I was born for this, Trevor replied, and he pushed the prism into the altar. Wow. They sacrificed themselves to stop the Dark Star anomaly. What a beautiful ending. I'm assuming maybe that's the last one. I don't know. Is there an actual counter on the things? Starbender books read 6. It doesn't say how many there is. We'll see. We will find more. Oh, increases the chances, the critical chance when firing the shotgun. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. What do I remove? This. I'm gonna hack this. New playthrough styles, starting games and quitting while they're still good. Man, some of them that wouldn't take very long. I cannot find any camera footage to Illusion's Living Morgan's quarter. It either does not exist or it has been deleted. When questioned, Morgan said it was an engineering matter and does not want it filed with human resources. If you want to know more, I suggest you speak to Morgan directly. I will follow up with Chief Illusion as ordered. In speaking to Chief Illusion, she admitted to the visit concerned a medical matter and requested the visit not to be misconstrued. Upon your orders, I reminded her again if there had been any change in her relation with Morgan Yu, she would need to notify HR. I consider the matter closed and would prefer such inquiries be left off my duty roster in the future. Oh, is there an implication here that there might have been something between Chief Illusion and me? Interesting. Let's investigate my room. Your cabin. Hell yeah. Hey, it looks like the one... Oh, nice. It actually looks like the one... you know, we had on Earth at the beginning of the game, right? Or, you know. Implication. Nice. Still enjoying the game? Yeah. Oh, the game's great. Fantastic game. One of the good ones, for sure. Memory logs. Oh shit. Look at that in a second.
Scanning target. No alien material detected.
You know what's missing? A pile of chair here. That's what's missing. Would make it feel a lot more like my actual room on Earth. Or again, you know, the one we thought was a room. Okay, interesting. So this one was in the room at the beginning. This one wasn't. Proxies, agents, and personhood. Excerpt from a book on emulated entities and synthetic intelligence by Carter Billingsley. The Supreme Court is set to weigh in on what could be a groundbreaking decision this term. Can an emulated entity be granted power of attorney? Attorney? Attorney. I'm pronouncing that wrong, and I don't know why. Attorney. Attorney? Attorney? Attorney. I don't know. Anyway. Over the last few decades, the public has become increasingly familiar with artificial helper, from the personal assistants on their wristwatches to smart home systems that remind you where you put your keys. Attorney. Okay. But more recent advances in hypnotic tech and the genius of connectomics, the ability to map the myriad neuronal connection inside the person's brain, have thrust a digital doppelganger squarely into the legal arena. This feels like something that could actually become a thing in, you know, digital entities, right? Sort of. Become a thing in the future. Recently, billionaire Rourke Wallace granted power of attorney, not to one of his many estranged family members, but to a robotic facsimile of himself named Ransom. Ransom emulates Mr. Wallace's own reasoning, interests, and to some extent personality quirks to the point where the two are nearly indistinguishable, at least over the phone. In person, Ransom's molded ceramic and carbon body, while beautiful, makes his true nature unmistakable. Needless to say, Mr. Wallace's family is not amused, especially concerning Ransom's decision for how to execute Mr. Wallace's will. Where's this other new? So it ran away. All right, well, let's go.
Calvino, colleague, won't notice anything wrong. Eidetic memory. Work obsessed. Perfect medical record, no absences. New entry. Show, Danielle. Head of IT. Dislikes you. Dislikes Alex more. Need to find out why. Note to self. Research. Chef Mitchell. And emotive operator hack.
Motive operator?
Dio Igwe. One of Alex's hires. Cheap to recruit due to his unpopular stance on psychic phenomena. One of the station's best scientists. Introvert. Knows about tests. Loyal to Alex. Believes your brother and Typhon can save his career. Michaela Ilyushin. Chief engineer. Not on speaking terms.
Oh.
Had brief relationship. You ended it when tests began. She believes it is because you discovered her medical condition, paraplexis. Convenient, but false. Severing ties seemed prudent to you. Less painful, given the impending memory loss.
Makes sense. Rico.
Paraplexis, nerve disorder. Prevents use of neuromods. Requires aggressive drug therapy to prevent degeneration. Renders candidates ineligible for assignment to Talos 1.
Okay.
Sarah Elazar, chief of security. Not a friend. Knows about the Typhon. Not about your tests, but suspects. Is trustworthy, but doesn't trust Alex. Or you, yet.
Cool. Feels like, you know, a little thing to put you up to date if you somehow missed a lot of the other sources of information about those characters. I like it. Didn't feel necessary to me, but I like it. Alright, I think we can go back to the Arboretum at this point. I think we've cleared this area. That was cool. That was my favorite area so far. It was really neat. Very, yeah, felt very human. There was a lot of characters and little stories and more that I want to find in the future. I need to solve that whole map thing, which I wonder if everything's in the crew quarters. In fact, I shouldn't have left yet. That new? I'm gonna go back for a second. Yeah, Brandon, nice. Any dead mosquito is a good news. Yeah, Rico, it's pretty impressive that they managed to make a, well, what is essentially like a, you know, just one giant space station feel like a lot of different places.
Eradicator auto turret version 0.7.6 online.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I really would like to solve that whole map situation, but it may be outside of the station. Doesn't I mean, outside of the crew quarters. Doesn't necessarily have to be in there, but. Yeah, and I'm thinking it's gonna be outside of here too. So I'll come back. I'll sort this. No, damn it.
Running diagnostics, nothing to show. Logging self-diagnostic.
Yep. More enemies have respawned. It's great.
Service servo.
Good evening, Talos. We'd like to remind you that company policy requires you to log any voluntary extension of your work hours with the station counselor. We know the projects aboard Talos 1 are exciting, but even the brightest minds need adequate rest.
Instruction. Instruction. diagnostics. Nothing to show. My diagnostic sensors ruled out the problem.
Where is it? What the fuck? Hold on. Something's not working as intended there.
Found you.
Did you?
Cannot reproduce the problem.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Me neither.
Found you.
Wow. Nice jank.
Running diagnostics.
Oh, fuck, dude. I hate this shit. Well, we have 2 minutes, 30 seconds plus whatever, however long the game wants to keep it open. Oh shit, it's coming in. Can I not force it closed? There, thank you. Yeah, Rico. That's fine. Hey, good on you for supporting you know, local businesses, right? What a boring, annoying mechanic, I swear to God. This is probably my one major... Oh, at least this one ended on time. This is my one, like, major issue with the design of the game. That nightmare stuff is just boring as hell.
Version 0.7.6.
There's respawns everywhere. Jesus.
Ready to scan.
No, there's a bunch of weapons. Well, the only like actual weapons, right? Weapons, like proper meant to be a weapon things, or a shotgun and a pistol, I think. Oh yeah, there's that one laser thing that was developed for the military, right? That counts, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, physical guns that are like you know, normal percussion guns or whatever you want to call them. Only a shotgun and a pistol that I've seen so far, yeah. Might be more, but you know, I haven't found even like ammo or anything, something else. So. There's quite a few other weapons that you can use, right? But I'm just not using them very much. What's your favorite gun types in shooting games? Feel-wise? I tend to be a sort of carbine person. You know, like old school M1 Garand sort of, you know? Shoot like, you know, doosh, 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 and then you have like the nice ping of the clip just popping out, and you know, I tend to like that. Even like modern versions of that. There's a modern version of that in Killzone 2 that I remember. Like the carbine in Killzone 2. It's one of my favorite weapons in the history of FPSs. It just felt so fucking good. Other than that, assault rifles are generally my jam. I tend to go with assault rifles. I'm not a big fan of sniper rifles, for instance. I used to be. I'm not so much anymore. I don't know why it changed. I'm not a big fan of sniper rifles anymore too much. But yeah, assault rifles. Like in Tarkov, for instance, I would mostly play assault rifles. It felt good. But yeah, carbine, always a good pick. Carbine, pistols, snipers. I don't like pistols so much, I will say. Not a big fan of revolvers and whatnot, but they can be fine. In what was it? Destiny, for instance. In Destiny, I was definitely an assault rifle boy. I like the. I mean, I played Destiny early on, right? I haven't played later, but my favorite weapon was the Soros regime. It had that slow assault rifle feel, you know. It just felt so good and so chunky. Where are you? It feels like something changed in the way I'm approaching the game. I'm hunting now. I'm not just, you know, being hunted anymore.
Hello.
Weapons feel great. Yeah, I mean, you know, even Destiny 1, I thought they felt pretty amazing. Again, like the Soros regime just felt so fucking good to play.
Good evening, Talos. Registration for the Talos Employees Talent Show is now open. See Galen in the crew quarters front desk to reserve
Let's
a
go,
slot.
talent show. Love that. So it seems that this substance, the coral, is invading more and more of the station space, right? Obviously is a narrative... obviously is of narrative significance. There's definitely, like, the station's getting overrun more and more. Which I like. I like the concept of it. Good. Alright, Brendan. Enjoy. What do I do there? Shotgun shells, definitely. I can't even grab that many. The problem. Is there anything I can recycle that's going to give me a lot of those spare parts? But I need to keep those. 2 beam cells. I'm not using the Q beam, so might as well recycle. Not using these, so might as well recycle. Not using these so much. I'm gonna recycle some of them, some of those too. Yeah, let's go.
Debug build version 0.7.
I'll craft a medkit or 2. We're gonna go in deep storage, which I have a feeling is not gonna be a very easy area. Just based on the setup of preparing, you know, like how long we've been hearing about it and whatnot. Pretty much since the beginning of the game, so. Is that a mosquito? Come on. Dude, just show yourself. Like, fight me like a, you know.
Checking for updates. Servers offline.
I know there's a difference in size. I get it, mosquito. You have to use your skills. But...
Proximity sensor reset.
okay, I think we're good. I might... yeah, I mean, there was no reason not to. Might as well upgrade. And you know what? While I'm at it, let's upgrade the range a bit. And increase some of the accuracy. Even though I'm never using that gun, might as well. Upgrade this a bit too. Okay, I think I'm ready to go to deep storage at this point. Ah, fuck. I left my turret downstairs. All right. Hold on. There is that question of that tree, right? Tree with the lover's initial. Is there a security station somewhere? Nope. Oh yeah, actually.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
Where's L? There. I've been on next to her body already. Yeah, I assumed it was somewhere there. I think I remember finding her. I don't remember seeing Wait, didn't I even notice the initials on the tree? I seem to remember something. I feel like I remember maybe mentioning it. Oh shit! Holy crap. That was a full-on assault right there.
Scanning target. No type of material detected.
Oh yeah, good opportunity to scan a greater mimic.
More specimens required.
Alright, let's see. Where's that body? Right here? Oh yeah, there it is. Ah, nice. Storage room A2. Is that the storage room right there? On this side? I think it is. Nice. Ah, shit. Is that him? Lawrence Baxter, yeah. Aw, look at that. He prepared a whole thing for her and then he just turned into a phantom. Dark. Very dark. Alright. Solved that. Gonna repair. Alright.
Scanning target. No alien material detected.
Where is... Wait, the bridge. Have we been on the bridge? Oh no, we couldn't get in, I think. Didn't we try, but we couldn't get in? Or maybe we didn't try.
Operator approach.
Hold on. I don't remember. Yeah, no, okay, we could go on the bridge, but we haven't been. The bridge and life support were two areas where we go. Let's follow the story for now. We'll have plenty of opportunities to check that. Deep storage.
Voice identification required. Please repeat the following words. Gravity, doctrine, proclivity, narrowness.
Gravity, doctrine, proclivity, erroneous.
Nice. Sure, yes. Love to see it.
Director level override. Lockdown engaged.
Sorry, Morgan, but I have to lock you in this time. When I trashed your arming key, it was to keep you from making a huge mistake. It's too late to stick our heads in the sand. We're committed now. You should be safe in deep storage. When everything is ready, we'll meet in my office. I hope you believe me. I really am on your side. You're just not yourself.
Interesting.
Welcome to deep storage. If Talos 1 had a subconscious, this would be it. You're looking for the central repository. That's where you stash the drive that has the plan for your arming key. I'll see if I can find a way out of here in the meantime.
Cool. I'm sure the way out of here will involve maybe going out into space. Okay, we have a passage here. Aw, oh, come on.
Initializing.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. What is that? Oh, that's the satellite I saw earlier. That thing is coming after me, it seems. Maybe not.
Every dark bit of data that moves through the station is captured here. Redundant backup servers are stored in modules that eject in the event of a catastrophic failure. The fact that they haven't yet is telling of Alex's refusal to face reality.
It's animating a turret to fight me, I think. This is insane. Yeah, this track's pretty good. I agree. That is Zachary. Ivy's pass? That's Zach. Zach was one of the players. Maybe his map is around here? Candace is a nice guy. Who can blame him for trying to get off corrective, wanting to real desk instead of a card tip? Out there all by himself, nothing to do. Feel sorry for him. Should try to be nicer to him. I don't like me. Oh, Ivy's gentles. You wish you had made a mind map? Nah, not necessary. The game's really good at tracking, like, well, both the maps and information. No regrets there. Does that lead me anywhere? Hey, Owa? How are you? Oh, are you? Okay. I didn't do that on purpose, but... How's the stream going? The game's good. Game's excellent, as always. I mean, you know, I have that issue with the nightmare thing, but... Other than that... Good video game. Okay, that comes out here. It's a lot of ammo that I just used, but feels like it was necessary. Hopefully there's a fabricator somewhere in there. Okay, this is very concerning. Look at this shit. Jesus, is that part of the guts or what is it? Fuck me, dude. All that coral. Data vaults. Get in. Can hack. But I have a password. Just gonna do a little look around, make sure I'm safe at this point. Repair turret. Fortify it. Very nice.
Deploying.
I'm gonna use some meds. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to look into that. This is interesting. What the hell? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look.
Deploying. Scanning target. No
What the
target
hell?
material detected.
Look at this. Jeez. This has a bit of a almost an Akira sort of vibe, you know, with like underground storage of some secret like that. Yeah, how do I get in there though? Really want to get in there.
Attitude adjustment required.
Ah. Yeah, I should be able to do something with that. Yeah, you know it. It's gonna be time.
Checking for updates. Servers offline.
I wish... It's one of those things, like, I really wish there was a way to adjust the crouching to the right level. God damn it. I need something to stand on. This. Too tall. I need something smaller to stand on. The implication that your character cannot, like, mid-crouch is so, like, stupid. In a game that relies on some of that stuff, you should have the option to, like, fine-tune your, you know...
Debug build version 0.7.6. Verbose on.
Can I download the area map at a distance? Yeah. That's so dumb. Thanks. Now, I was hoping I could open the door from here, but...
Diagnostic check. Verbose. IFF. Nominal power load. Nominal actuators. Nominal tilt handling error. Please contact engineering.
Seems like I can't. No. There's an opening here. But... I mean... Is there any chance I can get one of those, like, legendary ricochets again? Probably not. It's a little... Like, the setup is a lot more complicated this time. Yeah, it's not gonna work in the same way. I think I can go from up here and then inside.
Attitude adjustment required.
Oh yeah, this is the whole thing. Okay. Oh, Danielle. Nice. Ah, fuck.
Navigator Auto Touring version 0.7.6 online.
Oops. Let's see. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna call it here for tonight. I will attack this entire zone next time on Sunday. Feels like a pretty daunting task. I'm gonna go at it with a fresh mind. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate you. I will see you on Sunday. Reminder that I'm not streaming tomorrow. And I'll be back on Sunday, 7 p.m. Central European Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, for more Prey adventures, hopefully. Have a good night, have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Later.